What are you working on today?
I think this one.
This one? Okay, so are you revising this?
Well, I did a lot of words.
Oh, you did do a lot of revision. Look at this. Oh my goodness. What were you trying to do when you did all that revision?
I was trying to make more words.
Make more words?
Yeah.
Why more words?
Because it wasn't making sense, so I had to.
So you wrote it the first time and then you read it over and it didn't make much sense?
Yeah.
And then you went back and you said, wait a second,
Yeah.
if I add more, I can make it make sense? So can you give me an example of where you've tried to make it make more sense?
I'm in this page.
Okay. Show me what you mean.
It said one person in the haunted house went, and it said it went over there, so I had to they had to what's it called? I had to what is this?
What's this thing called?
I had to cross it out.
Okay.
And what is this called again?
A carrot.
Yeah. I had to put a carrot in because I wanted to add more words over here.
So before it said one person went, this is about the haunted house, right? So before it went, one person went, and I thought it was a little scary, right? And then you changed it to go, one person
In the haunted house went in.
in the haunted house went, okay. Keep reading it.
And I thought it was a little scary. That person almost stopped my heart. And the last lady was sitting in a chair. And the lady was not wearing a costume. And the lady still gave me candy. And when I left, the people waved goodbye. And I waved goodbye too.
Okay. And now what are you doing? You said you're working on this piece today. What are you doing to make it even better?
And I think I'm taking maybe I'm adding more words to it.
Is there a part that's confusing?
Or I'm adding more pages.
Or maybe just make it more things, you mean? Can I read it to you and you see if there's anything that's confusing to you? Because there's little bits that are still a little confusing to me. Okay? So you just pretend you found this book in the library. Okay? Oh, I think I'm going to read the story called One Halloween. Okay? Here goes the story. Try to pretend you've never heard it before. Okay? And see if there's anything confusing. You ready? One Halloween night, I went trick-or-treating in a building. There was a haunted house. Is it making sense so far? Pretty much, right? One person in the haunted house went, ah! And I thought it was a little scary. And that person almost stopped my heart. And the last lady was sitting in a chair.
Oh, this part doesn't really make sense, yeah.
This part about the last lady was sitting in a chair? I really don't understand. What do you mean, the last lady? Like last, what, in the line, or?
The last lady in the haunted house.
What do you mean, there were a whole lot of ladies in the haunted house?
Yeah.
It's kind of like you said the last lady, but I didn't even know there were any ladies. Is this a haunted house? When I went in a haunted house once, you turned corners and you turn around a corner and there's somebody scary.
No.
And then you go farther and there's somebody else scary. Was it like that? Do you think maybe...
But I think this was, I forgot. I think this was almost the last person.
You know what? You never really gave us a picture of how the whole haunted house went. Do you know what I mean? In the haunted house, maybe you have to tell, like, a little bit of what happened, and then you can tell about one person or another person.
Oh, then I should add more pages to this place. No, I should add more pages to this page, and I should add more.
Right before you even get to the person who goes, ah!
I should add more pages.
Right here, maybe. Maybe you have to say, and in the building there was a haunted house, and then tell a little bit about the whole thing. You know, I walked in it, and I'd turn a corner and I'd see something, whatever, and I don't know how it went, right? Then you could say, one of the people I saw was screaming, right? Went, ah. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you, Lisa?
But I think I will forget that I have to write that.
You're going to forget it, so
Yeah.
how can you not forget it?
But doing it fast.
Well, let me read it again, and you see if there's a part that doesn't make sense. Because that's what this is really about. Okay, you have to give your piece a does it make sense test.
Then I should work on this place, and I should take away this thing, and I should put a new.
Maybe you just, maybe what you do is you cut here, and you put a little blank paper in here. You explain it, and then comes the lady. Does that make sense? Maybe you have to tell a little bit about going through the haunted house, and then the lady comes next.
Well, I'm going to try to make it sense.
Make it make sense.
Yeah,
Okay, and that's something you can remember every time when you write. Do what you're doing now. Okay, read it over and say, does this make sense? Okay, and then try to make it make sense. Okay, you don't really have to remember what I say, because you just have to remember to do that. Give it the test. Does this make sense? Right? And when it doesn't quite make sense, fix it. And you were already doing that before you even talked to me, right? And you're just going to keep on doing more of that. It's good work.